Today's bedtime story is Sleeping Beauty. A long time ago, there lived a king and queen. They lived in a big palace and ruled over a large kingdom. The people in the kingdom loved them, but the king and the queen were unhappy, for they did not have any child for years. One fine day, they had a beautiful baby daughter. The king and queen were happy. They laid out a great feast and invited everyone. But they did not invite the bad-tempered witch who lived in the woods. The entire kingdom joined the king and queen. Even the fairies from heaven came to bless the little baby princess. May you be happy and beautiful. May you be full of grace. The blessings ran. But before the last fairy could give her blessing, the wicked witch appeared suddenly with a burst of fire and smoke. "I have a gift for the princess too!" she screamed. When the princess turned 16 years old, she will prick her finger on a needle of a spinning wheel and die. The wicked witch disappeared in another burst of fire and smoke. There was still another good fairy waiting to bless the little princess. If this should ever happen, the princess will fall asleep for 100 years. A kiss from a prince who truly loves her will break the spell and awaken her, she said. The king ordered that all of the spinning wheels in the kingdom were to be burned, and in his command was carried out immediately. One day, when the princess turned 16, the princess wandered up the flight of stairs leading to a tower. There she saw an old woman sitting at her spinning wheel. The fascinated princess asked, "What is this?" "Come closer and see," said the old crone. The princess ran her finger over the spinning wheel. The moment her finger touched the sharp needle, she fell into a deep sleep. The witch's wicked peal of laughter, for the old woman was really the witch, echoed through the palace, telling the king and queen what had happened. The little good fairy could not bear to see the sorrow of the king and queen. She put the whole palace to slumber. They would remain asleep till the princess woke up. The story of the strange curse spread far and wide. Over the years, many young princes tried to break the enchantment. Some could not even get through the thorny bushes, which has grown all over the place. Even the ones who got into the palace fell into a slumber. They failed because their heart was not pure. Then, one young prince heard of this enchantment. He was wise, generous, and kind-hearted. The story of the poor princess moved him, and his heart was filled with love for her. He mounted his horse. With sword and shield ready, he rode into the palace. The thorny bushes were of no match for the sword of the brave prince, and were soon cut down and scattered on the ground. Entering the palace, the prince began his search for the sleeping princess. The palace was big, and there was no one to guide him. The good little fairy came in the form of a bird and guided him up the tower. Seeing the princess fall asleep, the prince was fascinated by her beauty. His tender kiss opened her eyes. In a few moments, the whole palace was awakened. The prince and princess were married. All were invited for the wedding. As for the wicked old witch, she was never heard of since that day.